The Effects of Race project began in 2013 with an idea of examining the everydayness of race in South Africa and elsewhere. The Effects of Race project became one of the long-term projects at the Stellenbosch Institute for Advanced Study. It began quietly in 2013 and 2014 with lots of planning, and a core group of scholars came together for 3 years, 2015, 16, and 17, to talk about the effects of race in South African society, but also more globally. This sounds like it could have been a dry and almost dreary affair and very depressing, but actually it was an incredibly penetrating set of discussions among a group of more or less 10 scholars. What we did was explore the origins of the concept of race and how it was applied in South Africa and elsewhere, and the many, many ramifications that race and racialism, the idea that races exist, has had on South African society, African societies, and global societies. This discussion was sometimes difficult, always probing, and ultimately extremely elevating. And from these discussions over the years, most of the contributors wrote essays that became the substance of 3 different books of collected essays. And those books are one of the reasons that we're coming together shortly to celebrate. The project itself, the Effects of Race project, was remarkable because a thoughtful group of individuals came together year after year for a period of 2 to 4 weeks to discuss difficult and contentious issues. But the level of trust and respect among those people was so great that we were able to get into some deep, complex, and admittedly thorny territory without acrimony. And we all came out the better. What I'm hoping we'll do in our Effects of Race project celebration that we will soon have at STS is to share with the media and the public in general some of what we accomplished. To some extent, we can't share that because those words have sort of gone. But what we can share is the approach that we took. And we think that in many ways that is as important as the essays that we wrote. How people can get together and talk in a very thoughtful and probing way, in a constructive way, to try to think new thoughts about an old and difficult subject. This is what we have tried to do. Examine race critically, examine it by way of, is this something that is essential to human life? Can we dispense with it and perhaps be more human? These really are the questions that we looked at. So we hope this celebration is going to be, I think, a wonderful time for thoughtful discussion, excited and exciting questions and answers, and I think the delivery of a potential way forward in human discourse on race.